Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Fellas Show. Today is August 5th, 2021. Biggest news today is there is a football game between two NFL teams. Now, it doesn't count. We probably won't see any starters. We'll talk about how to go about betting on it because we've gotta. But I'm not sure exactly what the best way to go about it is, but there's an NFL game. The Steelers are playing the Cowboys in the NFL Hall of Fame game, first preseason game of the season. About a year ago, it got called on account of field conditions, and someone came running out on the field and canceled the game. I've completely forgot about that until recently. So I forgot how wild that was. We haven't had a Hall of Fame game in a minute now. But now we do. So we have a little roundup of some NFL news, some final information out of training camps, maybe some trade rumors, all of that stuff. Also going to get into more Olympic updates, more NBA free agency. Actually, let's start on NBA. Not as hot as the last few days, but still some major contracts being signed. First one, John Collins stays with the Hawks on a 5-year, $125 million contract. It's a player option in the 5th year. He's a very solid player. He's averaging 17.6 points per game, 7.5 boards, a block per game, shooting almost 40% from deep. He really came into his own, especially down the road in the playoffs. So good move for the Hawks. Definitely a guy you want to keep around. Kemba is going to New York, but not the Nets. He's going to the Knicks. Agreed to a buyout with the Thunder. Now, I don't know if we know how much the buyout was. But he's on a 2-year, about $16 to $18 million deal. So that's a great deal for Kemba. The Knicks have a ton of guards now. Don't know what they're going to do with that. Interested to see how that team shakes up because I felt like the one thing they really needed, they were one really good big man away from being a lot better than they were. That was kind of like the thing I think they needed to go to the next level. Hold on. Seems like probably having a sound issue here. Hold on a sec. Alright, now we'll try that one more time. We're back with a better sound, better than ever. Alright, so what did I say? There's an NFL game tonight, Hall of Fame game. It's preseason, doesn't count for anything. Won't see a lot of starters, but the Cowboys and the Steelers are playing a game. I went on a whole rant about that, but that's cool. John Collins staying with the Hawks on a 5-year, $125 million deal. Kemba in a sign and trade and a buyout. Yes. to the Knicks from the OKC Thunder. Um, yeah, they have a ton of guards. They have too many guards. They re-signed Alec Burks, Evan Fournier. They have Nerlens Noel. They're keeping Julius Randle, which we'll get to. But I thought these guys were one legit big man away from being like at that next level of a playoff team that could actually move on a couple rounds, get in the mix. But they elected not to do that so far and just get a ton of guards, which that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. I don't know about it. Obviously, Kemba Walker on your team is a good move. Again, another guy that's like, why couldn't we have gotten Kemba Walker? What did they even trade for him? They didn't. He just got out of there. All right. Oladipo is staying in Miami. I would stay in Miami too after seeing all the moves they've made. He got injured 4 games in after he got traded for. Then underwent surgery and should be back. He averaged 19.8 points, 4.8 boards, 4.6 assists, and 1.4 steals across 33 games between 3 different teams: the Pacers, Rockets, and the Heat. So hopefully he can stay around in Miami for at least the whole season. Maybe even get to play some of the games there. They're shaping up to be a really solid team now. I'm getting a little nervous in the East here. Danny Green is sticking with the 76ers on a 2-year, $20 million contract. Good defender, solid 10 a game, 3.8 rebounds on 47 assists, 28 minutes per game on over 40% shooting from 3. So that's the kind of guy we need. Probably be coming off the bench a lot. I think we're going to end up moving a younger guy into that starting rotation, and I think Danny Green will work well off the bench. So I'm happy with that deal. He's exactly the kind of guy we needed to keep. And then Julius Randle is on a 4-year, $117 million extension. Leaves a player option in the 2025-26 campaign. So the full contract is a now 5-year, $140 million contract with the current one plus the extra 4 on the end. Obviously, he had a huge season. Obviously, he was a huge part of the Knicks' success, and they want him going forward, so that makes sense. Wizards get Spencer Dinwiddie on a 3-year, $62 million deal in a 5-team trade. So this is the one with Westbrook. Ended up being a 5-team trade. Here's how it actually shook out. So the San Antonio Spurs got Hutchinson and a 2022 second-round pick from Washington. The Pacers got the rights to the number 22 pick in the draft, Jackson. The Nets got a 2024 second, a 2025 second, an $11.5 million trade exception. The Lakers get Russell Westbrook, and the Wizards get Kuzma, KCP, Montrezl Harrell, Spencer Dinwiddie, Holiday, and the rights to the number 31 pick in the draft, Todd. So they kind of made out a bit like a bandit there, I'd say. I'd say the Wizards actually won this 5-team trade. I mean, the Spurs also kind of got a free pick out of it. I don't really... But hey, Yeah, very interesting. Love when these huge trades happen. Love trying to figure it out, tie where everything is actually going. Um, but yeah, shout out the Wizards for doing something good there. Keeping it with the basketball for a little bit. Imani Bates, he's the consensus number one player in the incoming high school senior class, would be class of 22. He announced on Wednesday that he will be reclassifying up a grade and foregoing his senior year, and he's down to four schools he'll be going to. It's either Oregon, Memphis, Michigan State, or the G League Ignite. Um, he's 6'9". He was committed to Michigan State last summer, but reopened his options. So he's obviously he's the number one prospect. He's he's very good. He's very talented. Has all of the physical attributes you'd want. He can play the game. He's smart. He knows the game. Sounds like he just reclassified though and jumped up a year. I don't know how that exactly worked. I'm assuming um, probably managed to get the class done over the summer and move on with his life. I don't know, but good for him. Right, that's what I saw. I saw this kid and he's a guard, and I'm like, all right, word. And yeah, 6'9". Not even a high school senior. Not even a real high school senior. Had to move up to be one. Holy moly. I think that this seems like he's gonna go to the G League Ignite. Um, just because, for one thing, they've been getting a ton of top prospects. But the other thing is, we saw Scoot Henderson last year. He reclassified up a grade, did the same thing that Bates is doing, and then ended up signing a 2-year, $1 million contract with the G League. And it's hard to not see why, if you're that kind of prospect and if you could be making six figures after apparently 3 years of high school, you don't even have to do the fourth one anymore. That's that's a good deal, and you get your eyes. I mean, you're on an NBA team playing professional basketball, and I think time and time again now we've seen that even in the draft, on the court, people value professional basketball experience, whether it's in the NBA or overseas or the G League. So it's starting to become a more and more realistic move, a more and more beneficial move. I could totally see. I think, in my opinion, um, he's already committed to Michigan State and then opens up his options and then searching around. Sounds like he potentially could be setting up to try to make some money in the G League. But that's interesting. That team would be tough. That team would have two of the best players in that class. It would be insane. We'd definitely tune into the G League Ignite games if they get both those guys. Let's talk some Olympics. So we know the U.S. women's national team for soccer got a little bit upset in the semifinals, ended up going to the bronze medal match. Could not fight for gold, unfortunately, but they just came out absolutely swinging in this bronze medal match. Carly Lloyd had 2 goals. Megan Rapinoe had 2 goals. Um, so that's 4 goals off the bat. If you've been watching any of this Olympic soccer, it's either 0-1, 1-1, or 1-0. Like, there is no scoring going on. Carly Lloyd became the U.S. women's national team leading scorer in Olympic history, now up to 10 goals in her Olympic career. Pretty sweet. Glad they managed to bounce back, win that bronze, because it would have been even more disappointing had they not won anything. Um, some news coming out of the shot put, the men's final. Ryan Crouser of the United States of America set a new Olympic record at 22.83 meters, just under 75 feet. Um, now, this is shot put ball. The shot is 16 pounds for the men. And it's about that big. And it's a 16-pound softball. And this dude managed to chuck it 75 feet. Insane. Absolutely wild. There's a very nice moment. He's been at the top of the game for a long while. The record he broke was his own record that he set in Rio. He also owns the world record that he set in the Olympic trials. He's thrown at 23.37 meters. So he wasn't even close to what he's capable of. He was a half a meter behind his own world record. But still managed to slip in with the Olympic record. Oh, yeah. And then after his first throw, which was an Olympic record, he came back with his second throw and then beat that record. So the 15-year-old Olympic record was gone. And then he walked back over and then threw the thingy again, and then he broke the record again. They threw 23.3 meters over 76 feet. So, believe it or not, he won gold here. Wow, that's a 16-pound ball. The second place shot putter as well in this men's finals also set a different record, not quite as exciting, but we're out here in Pennsylvania, and this dude, Joe Kovacs, won silver in the shot put final, and he's coming out of Penn State. And that's his second career Olympic medal. And his fifth medal in anything, I guess. He's never finished below a silver, apparently, which is pretty cool. And obviously the guy he's behind was going and doing some pretty crazy things, so you can't blame him for not getting gold there. That's the first medal by a Penn State Nittany Lion. So shout out to Penn State, kind of, even though they're kind of annoying sometimes. They're not too good at football anymore. First Penn State alum medal winner, which cool. Not as cool as breaking a world record 3 times, but then again, a silver medal is not as cool as a gold one, so goes hand in hand. What else do we got? Oh, do you ever wonder why the U.S. is bad at handball? Yeah, me too. So, it seems like it's something we should be good at, just because you gotta just toss a ball around. We have so many athletes that can play sports with a ball being thrown, a little bit of tackling, all sorts of things. The reason is that there is a handball belt that goes through Denmark and Actually mostly in and a little bit in Norway and that kind of thing, but it's mostly in Denmark, um, where it just is something that starts in the youth, and then it's just rivalries and super intense competition from a very young age. It's just like handball is life, and then regardless of how much you can implement from other sports, even if you come in and start really going hard on the handball later in life, uh, these guys just have so much experience and time and just like institutional kind of training into handball. Um, because I think that this is supposed to be a response to the idea that if we put a bunch of NFL players or a bunch of NBA players on a handball team, they would walk in and win. Um, However, a dude from Denmark was like, they're always welcome to play a match. They can start against our youth national team, and I will almost bet anything that they can beat them. Um, but here's the interesting thing is that Team USA has won Olympic medals in 51 sports. And then out of all the ball sports, there's only two games we've never won a medal in, and it's table tennis and handball. Um, just because we don't play handball, I guess. But sounds like we got to get a handball league going. Sounds like we got to get that league going. Maybe get a couple NFL. Dude, let's just get a couple NFL players and shut that guy up from Denmark, because he can say that all he wants, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to be on the field. There's a reason he's telling him to go play the youths. He wants to. He'll let him go beat up the kids. He doesn't want to get roughed up by some NFL players. Imagine Aaron Rodgers throwing a handball dart dime. It's over. It's over. Come on. Just kidding. I have no idea. I don't even know the rules of handball. Team USA men's basketball. We're in the gold medal match now. After Australia got up to as much as a 15-point lead, um, boys came riling back. KD had 23, D-Book had 20, and just blew past them after that early start from Australia. Ended up winning 97-78. They ended up going on a 48-14 stretch. Now they're going on to the gold medal match, going against France. Let's see. Do we have odds on this? That would be pretty cool. I sure hope so. Basketball. Come on. Come on. We do. This is gonna be tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. Remember this, because it's actually at a time where you can watch it too. Tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. USA is being favored by 12.5 points and are minus 900 on the money line. France plus 12.5 plus 600. Over under set at 178. Maybe take a France first quarter. USA seems to be starting slow. I don't know. They did play France once in the that was only a few days ago, actually. That was women's basketball, and they did beat them in women's basketball as well. Um, No, no, they played in one of those games though. I think they ended up winning it, so that makes me feel confident. Um, what else we got? The 4x1. So USA's men's 4x1 is known to botch handoffs over and over and over again. Um, Sorry, there's just so many things wrong with the men's 4x1. We haven't won gold in the 4x1 since 2000, and we haven't made it cleanly to the finish line since 2012, which also happened to be when that medal got forfeited because Tyson Gay was doping like the Russians. Um, so that's been 21 years since a gold medal. This time, oh, okay, so 2008, U.S. failed to make the final. Since before then, in 2008, there was a bumbled exchange in the final. And then in 2016, there was a bumbled bad baton pass in the final. So we actually managed to finish the medal race this day, this Olympics. But it was ugly. They ended up misconnecting over and over again, and they were basically next to each other, running around, trying to. Ugh. And there's really not much you can do to close on a 4x1 because everyone's just running super fast for 100 meters. There's not like a chance where you can really just like drop second. Like, it's over. It's the 10th time since 1995 that the men have botched a relay at the World Championships or Olympics. The women, on the other hand, in their 4x1, made it through with no drama and will be competing for the medal tomorrow. So, good for them. Way to pass the baton off without messing up. I will say those baton passes are a lot more messy than you think, especially in the 4x1 where the pass is supposed to happen while both runners are at a max speed and the person receiving it is not even supposed to look. And it's just supposed to be placed in their hand. A little easier in the distance events where you can take a little look back, take a little jog out, and that kind of stuff. But geez, that's a pretty bad streak to have. So remember Canada beat the U.S. women's national team in soccer. Why we were in this bronze medal match, and they went to the finals against Sweden. That game had to get rescheduled due to the heat and relocation. So it was supposed to start at 11 a.m. in Japan time on Friday in Tokyo's Olympic Stadium. Now it will start at 9 p.m. in Yokohama. It was supposed to be high humidity and 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know. I guess it's hot. I don't know if it's like, is that. I don't know. Sometimes it's 100 degrees, that's life. I guess it's pretty hot. I guess it makes sense to reschedule it. And they couldn't reschedule it in the other place in the Olympic Stadium because they're doing all the track and field events. Which is like, why aren't those getting. I don't know. Seems kind of. that's something to look out for. Maybe they'll get shaken up in the. I don't know who's the favorite in this even. For some reason, I feel like Sweden would be, but I have no reason to think that. Yeah, they are. Sweden at -110, Canada plus 390. That's the regular time. What about just to advance? Sweden gets -240, Canada plus 190. So my intuition was right, but there's nothing you can really do with that. And finally, the American A team, the women for beach volleyball, are playing Australia for gold. They're killing things. They're probably gonna win it. Tune into that if you want to see us win another gold. That reminds me. Quick medal count. China is still leading with gold medals. Have 34. We're right behind them with 29 though. Then Japan with 22 and Australia with 17. As for total medals, we are running away. We have 91 now. China in second with 74. And then Russian Olympic Committee, not to be confused with Russia, is third with 58. So, there you go. We're 5 behind China. We gotta catch up with those guys. We gotta get there. But we haven't beat by 17 medals. 17 medals. So that's sweet. Now we're going to talk a little NFL. Actually, we're going to do a little break and then talk a little NFL. Some various training camp news, various kind of preseason speculation, and then a little bit of Hall of Fame game talk. Ooh, sounds pretty exciting. We'll be right back in a few. All right, fellas, we're back. It is time to get excited about the NFL because I feel like this is a huge day. It's a special day. I'm wearing a special jersey for the special boy up here. Um, jeez. And the first thing I saw is a best to worst starting quarterbacks for 2021, all 32 team ranking list. And I do want to dive into that because if you've seen the show, you've heard me and Eric argue about some football. I'm opinionated when it comes to quarterbacks, and I do think that sometimes I can go against the grain there in that regard. So I'm excited to get angry about this list. But first, a couple random little updates. Apparently, even though we keep hearing it's not happening, now the Deshaun Watson to the Birds, the Eagle Birds, that is. I understand that that's confusing if you're not, if you're in a place that has a bird team that isn't Philadelphia. But the Eagles are apparently still fighting to get that Deshaun Watson trade done, get him over here in Philly. So you understand how exciting that is. I don't know. My first thought is what number he would wear. I don't know why that's immediately what my brain jumped to, but we got Jake Elliott wearing 4, and I get he was missing some extra points last year, but I mean, first of all, I have a Jake Elliott jersey. I don't want that to be out of date yet. But also, dude's hit the longest field goal for the Eagles ever. Dude's a legend. He can't come take his number, and Jalen's got 1, so maybe he could go like 3. Go the Russ route, maybe go up to some double digits. Who knows? But I suppose that's jumping ahead a little bit when we've still got I don't know. There's still a whole legal situation, let's not forget. And I guarantee if the Eagles got him, he would absolutely be found guilty of whatever the next day, because that seems to be how the lock works. However, for every source that's saying that the Terry talks are heating up, that potentially a big D lineman is going to be traded and then paid. But for every one of those reports that says something's going to happen, there's another one that says, what are you talking about? Nothing has changed since the first time that something was happening and nothing happened. There's no reason to think that the Houston Texans, who will not trade Deshaun, will want to trade Deshaun. There's no reason to think that his situation is one in which I guess he's tradable. The Eagles would be the team to trade multiple, I'm assuming, probably at least a couple valuable players, probably several first rounders, judging on how the market's gone. Maybe we get a little bit of a discount because A, he refuses to play for the team that he's on currently, and B, they don't know if he even could if he wanted to. But man, if I'm any NFL team, I don't know about trading for a guy. I suppose it depends on the trade because it's always worth it eventually. But trading for a guy you don't even know if he's going to be going to jail, how long these court things, who knows? And there's quite a few allegations, and that's the problem. Even if some of them start to drop, there are a ton out there against this guy. Personally, in my camp, even though I'm not, you could say I'm not on the Jalen Hurts bandwagon. I'm not beating that drum. I'm a Joe Elite Dragon Flacco kind of guy, but for the future of the team, because I already counted this year out. So for the next few years, man, let's just keep our assets, if you will. Don't mess with all that. Little training camp roundup update. Um, apparently, just because history keeps repeating itself, Frank Reich is talking about how he has to address whether or not they need to get Nick Foles to replace Carson Wentz in Indianapolis this time. Um, this was Frank Reich's statements on this idea of Nick Foles coming back. Obviously, he's a huge Nick Foles fan. He saw the guy. He was on the Eagles when he won the Super Bowl. But he said that he said, I'm a huge fan of Nick Foles, but this is Carson's team. He's our quarterback. When we brought him here, for one reason. He's coming here to lead the football team. Out 5 to 12 weeks. Could be back week 2, week 3, week 4. Could be back week 10, like 9, whatever, 10, 8. Jacob Eason is the starter. I love. This was the full quote. I love Nick Foles. I think he's a great player. He's proven that he's certainly a guy who fits our culture, but he plays for the Chicago Bears. We're glad we have the guys we got. Good way to put that. Aaron Rodgers still working through his relationship with Gunter Gunst, the general manager for the Packers. Apparently, he had been keeping in touch with Jordan Love all during the offseason absence. He said him and Matt LaFleur are on good terms. They picked up right where they left off. And Randall Cobb moved into his house after last week's trade, so that's pretty fun. Seems like the only person he's not getting along with, which I think we theorized for a long time, is Brian Gutekunst. And he's known him for the longest, but described their relationship as a work in progress. Down in Tampa Bay, Todd Bowles just signed a contract, making him the highest paid defensive coordinator for the next 3 years. Had one left on his current deal. Now it's been replaced by this big time money deal. For the Eagles, Jalen Hurts is looking bad and good, which is, I guess, exactly the type of report I would expect to come out. First, he throws an interception over the middle right into the hands of a linebacker. Then he had a beautiful toss down the sideline to John Hightower. He made a sick fingertip grab. Apparently, he's dazzled, but been inconsistent. Okay. Training camp. Way to describe it. Those seem to be the big ones. I don't know. I think those were the most interesting. Moving on, I want to argue with this list. I haven't even read it yet, so I don't know how much arguing. Maybe I'll agree with it, but I doubt it. I hope they start at 32, because I think that the bottom is one of the most interesting spots. Alright, well, they start at 1, but I don't want to. That's no fun. I guess, you know what? I guess it is less of a mystery who's at the top than who's at the bottom, isn't it? Alright. So, yes, Pat Mahomes at 1. Sure. Acceptable. That makes a lot of sense. That's good. Aaron Rodgers at 2. And then Tom at 3. In my opinion, I put Tom up 1 because he just won the Super Bowl and he just keeps winning the Super Bowl, and I get Aaron Rodgers the MVP, but like, dude, it's Tampa Tom. Come on. So Aaron 2, Tom 3, I can accept that. Then Josh Allen at 4, which is high, but I think I agree at this point. He was very, very good last year. Then Deshaun Watson on the Texans, who I believe me and Eric were talking our top 10. We were leaving him on the list on the condition because he probably won't play. So I disagree with him at 5 because how can you be the top 5 quarterback going into next year and not be expected to play for the team you're on. I get it. Wherever he plays, he'll be very, very good, but he can't. I don't know how. I guess it's very hard to grade someone who's all up in the air. His name is not Sammy Softskin. This is Sammy Sleeves, bro. See those things? Those are sleeves, bro. These are sleeves. His skin was not soft. He played for the Jeff Fisher Rams. Anyway. They have Russ at 6 and Dak at 7. I like that they put Russ above Dak. Then they have Lamar at 8. I'd also put Lamar above Dak. Kyler at 9, probably fair. Justin Herbert at 10, that's too high. Tannehill at 11, put him in the top 10. Come on now. Joe Burrow at 12, horseshit. I'm sorry, but why? He had a great start of the season, no doubt. But he's not the 12th best quarterback, and Herbert's not the 10th best either. They both go down. Baker's should be higher up than both of them. They went to the playoffs. They want to play out. Like, come on. Then Kirk at 14, and then Matthew Stafford at Rams. Probably flip them, but then they would also both be up anyway on account of moving those younger guys down. Then Matt Ryan for the Falcons. I think he's good there at 16. And then Derek Carr. See, right above Derek Carr is where I'd slot in Herbert and Burrow. Because everyone else who's established is definitely better than them until they prove otherwise. They don't get the benefit of the doubt because they're young guys. They need to come in and do it again. Derek Carr has been mudding around long enough that I think he should stay down there. Big Ben at 18. I don't know what you do with him. T-Law at 19. You can't do that. You can't say that someone who's never played an NFL game is better than 13 other starting NFL quarterbacks. You can't do that. And then Carson at 20, which I think that was awfully nice to put him on there still. Even though he's sidelined with a foot injury, he will get time to get right, and maybe that offensive line will be healthy by then too. Then Jalen at 21, right behind Wentz. This is just insanely disrespectful to everyone under Jalen Hurts. Dude, I'll be nice to Joey, but he's not the 12th best quarterback right now. You can't say that. Where did that go? So Jalen is at 21. Last year he had 1,061 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a 77.6 passer rating, 41 QB rating, and then a few more rushing yards and touchdowns. And then Jimmy G at 22, who actually, believe it or not, played better than Jalen last year, so I don't know why you'd put him. And then Ryan Fitzpatrick, who played better than Jalen last year, so move him up too. Probably move him in front of Jimmy G. And then Daniel Jones, who played better than a lot of these. He was a little all over the place. A little bit. Did the 10 picks on 11 interceptions. But he also ran like 80 miles an hour, so doesn't that count for anything? Then Jared Goff is at 25? I get it. Not a top 10 quarterback for sure. But definitely in the top 20. Jared Goff is better than Daniel Jones. I don't think that is... he's better than Fitz. not better, but I would rather have him on my team than Fids. I feel like he's better than Jalen Hurts, no doubt. He's better than Carson. He's better than Trevor Lawrence because he's played an NFL game in his life. He's better than Big Ben, I think. He might be better than Derek Carr. That's ridiculous. The Jared Goff disrespect is insane. Almost 4,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 90 passer rating, 59 QBR. It's fine. Like, it's nothing crazy, but he shouldn't be down here with Jameis Winston at 26 and Tua at 27. But Jared is not overrated. They put him at 25. There's no way I'm not putting... Jared is being disrespected. This guy went to a Super Bowl, and he's down here with Daniel Jones, Jameis Winston, and Tua. Come on. Yeah, but these guys can't even look good. Period. I don't know. He's down here. He's above Jameis Winston, Tua, and then Zach Wilson, Cam Newton, Andy Dalton, Drew Lock, and Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold shouldn't be below Drew Lock. That's my hot take because Drew Lock. Andy Dalton should be a little bit higher. I think Cam Newton should be higher than Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson should be at the bottom. Trevor Lawrence gets a slight pass because he's such a prospect, but he shouldn't be in the top 20. You can't be that high without playing an NFL game. And Jared Goff is not a worse quarterback than Daniel Jones or Jimmy. He might be worse than Jimmy, but he's not worse than Daniel Jones. He's not worse than Fitzy. He's not worse than... I don't know if he's worse than Carson. He's definitely not worse than T-Law because he's played. He's not worse than Big Ben right now. Big Ben is literally a liability to have at quarterback. I think he's up there with Derek Carr at like 17-ish. Guys who kind of have a thing. I would take that Andy Dalton's better than... Yeah. What a fun little debate area. But yeah. They're full of... Also, Cam's getting pretty disrespected down there. Can't put Cam lower than Zach Wilson. They put Sam Darnold all the way down. I suppose that's right. We'll see though. I think he won't be the worst quarter. He certainly won't be that great, but he won't be the worst come next year. Pretty sure about that. Uh-oh. Looks like you caught a stray bullet in the chat. Eric might do it to her now. Let's see. Yeah, Radioactive is a good song though. There's a banger. Alright, let's try to blast through the betting here. Let's see what we got on the day. It's MLB betting time. Where do we start here? Let's take a look. Alright, first game of the day goes off in 1 hour and 9 minutes. The Mets going to Miami to play the Marlins. Dick Mountain on the mountain for the Mets, and Braxton Garrett for the Marlins. Mets are the favorite on the road here, minus 130. Marlins getting plus 110. Total set it over under 8. true. Uh, I'm gonna just move forward. Radioactive, radioactive. So anyway, Rich Hill coming in with a 6.3 ERA, 1.3 WHIP. Garrett on the other hand, a 4.37 ERA, 1.54 WHIP. Oh, Cecil got him there a little bit. Looking at the stats for this one. This is a low-scoring park. These are some low-scoring teams. Hence that over-under at 7. These are some high ERA teams, but in a good way, highly ranked. Keep their opponent batting average low. I don't know. This is going to be a... I don't know about that under, though. Oh, it's at 8. I don't know about that under, though. The 8's always a tough one to take. You know, honestly, it might even be worth taking the under here. Neither of these teams even average 4 runs a game. The park averages 7.5. It might even be worth actually doing the under. Maybe a first 5 under. Depends. Let's see. Or you could take under 8.5 at minus 125. That I actually feel a lot safer with that half. First 5 is over under 4. Jeez. Maybe. I might just take the Marlins in the first 5, honestly. Or a Nerfy. I don't know. I'm going to just jot those down. I think I like just the Marlins. First 5. Money line. I guess take the money line instead of the run line, because the run line's at minus 105, but it's a pick 'em, and the first 5 money line is plus 105. So I guess take that instead. I don't know why, but there you go. Kind of like that first 5 under 4 still. I'll have to look real quick. Whoa. Got these. I'll torch everyone in fantasy football, man. I live in a fantasy football. That would be pretty. Double doink mural would be pretty sweet. Right up here. Shout out Cody Parkey. I'll just casually go through these in the background then. Oh, I did want to actually look at these pictures more. Rich Hill. Let's see if how many runs he'll let up here. Wow, a lot actually. Yeah, nah, forget that first 5 under. I'm just sticking with the Marlins first 5 then. Because the Mets won't score, so they just need to put up a little bit. Okay, now, hold on. I can't look. Look now. Are the Eagles a stupid team? Yes. Do they make terrible mistakes? Is their GM an idiot? Yes, yes. Do I even remember their coach's name at this exact moment? Yeah, but as far as one of the single most successful franchises for my entire lifetime goes, yeah, it's not the Patriots, but jeez, I mean, sometimes it gets tiring having to watch all these postseason games and it's just so much work. And we got a Super Bowl and we're a consistent contender. This has been the first time in like, well, let me go. First year with Carson, we weren't that great, but then since then, keep in mind Carson has carried some really bad teams to the playoffs, and then before that we had Michael Vick and Deshaun and Shady, which is the most fun thing to ever watch on a football field. I have no qualms about the Eagles except that they just are boneheads sometimes. But that's what makes them lovable. That's Philadelphia, you know. You can't be just good. Like, we'll never be New England. Like, you just can't. You'll never have that. Man, you just gotta be good. You gotta be good with people coming in and being mean and booing you and heckling all over you. You gotta. It's about the concept, man. Because you know what? The link is gonna be packed whether the Eagles are 1-12 or 12-1, and it's gonna be a good time, and everyone's gonna get rowdy. Someone's probably gonna throw a battery at a referee, and everyone's gonna cheer. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Who cares if Jalen Hurts is our starting quarterback for some reason still? Moving on. So I think the next game on the MLB slate is the Red Sox going to Detroit, taking on the Tigers. Martin Perez pitching for the Red Sox. Tariq Skubal for the Tigers. Over-unders at 10. Tigers are the dogs at home, plus 105. Red Sox getting minus 125 on the money line. Looking at the pitchers for this one here. Both have a 4.5 ERA. Perez has a 1.49 whip. Skubal's got a 1.32. Perez has been struggling a little more lately. Now, I get the Tigers have been kind of hot lately. I get that. And I get the Red Sox have been a little bit colder. The Red Sox are a significantly better team than the Tigers overall. They're going to be scoring way more. They have typically better pitchers in whole. They just get a ton of strikeouts. Maybe there's something with this matchup that does not quite add up, but it seems like a great place to get some value on the Sox money line against the Tigers, because it seems like that should be. Yeah, School's been kind of getting blown up. He's been pitching 5 to 6, letting up 4, 5, 1, 5, and 5 in his last 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So nothing crazy. Maybe a Red Sox first 5, maybe a Red Sox first 5 team total. Martin Perez, on the other hand, yeah, he's pretty bad too. He seems to be good for 3 most of the time. Pitches for 3 to 6 innings all over the place. Let up 6, 3, 3, 3, and 2 in his last 5. Maybe a first 5 over could be nice. Over 5.5. Never mind. That's too many. In that case, just like the Red Sox outright here. Minus 125 for a team that I think is, at this point, significantly better. I think it's a little disrespect on that line. And I think a lot of people will be going on the Tigers just because they've been hot. Everyone's been talking about them. Yeah, pretty sweet. What's the next game? Who knows? DraftKings has been absolute garbage lately. I can't load anything ever. Here we go. Angels Rangers at 2:05 p.m. I've hated this series so far. It's been the worst. I'm very tempted to just yell I want to stay away right now, but we'll go a little bit into it after I take a sip of water. Dylan Bundy taking the mound for the Angels, going into Texas, where they have Spencer Howard pitching. Rangers are favorited today, minus 115. Angels getting minus 105. Over under set at 9. I truly and honestly hate this matchup. Spencer Howard, let's see what he's been up to. I don't know nothing about this guy. Alright, so he's a 5.2 ERA at home. Pitches for 1 to 3 typically, probably 2 to 3. He's all over the place. And then Dylan Bundy. Is pretty bad on the road. Except in the one, so he started 4-1.1, 1.22. All right, so these guys are just truly all over the dang place. So we got I don't know. This game sucks. The over-under is at 9. That first 5 unders probably hitting, I don't know, 5. I hate this game. I'm staying away from it. I hate the Angels-Rangers series. I hate it so much. It makes no sense, and I want it to go away. So I'll just pretend I didn't see it. Let's catch up on it. high school football player and Pep Riley. Well, I did attend a pep rally or two in high school. They were pretty sweet. We didn't have a football team, so I definitely wasn't on one. But go Firebirds, you know. DraftKings load. It's been like this all week. I never have a problem with DraftKings, and now all week it's been like, hey, I don't like loading things for you, Sean, you stupid little Pep Riley boy. Cubs, Rockies, Jake Arrieta going into Colorado, taking on Antonio Senzatela, something like that. Over unders at 11.5. Cubs we're in Colorado. Rockies getting minus 160. Cubs getting plus 140. Arrieta's a 6.2 ERA, 1.66 WHIP. Senzatella 4.58 ERA, 1.40 WHIP. Let's see how they've been doing lately. Jake, how have you been? Doing alright? Alright, he's gone for 4, 1.2, 1.25, 3, and in all those, he's let up 2, 7, 6, 2, and 6. Yikes. Who's this other guy? Senzatella. Dang, he's been going long. 6, 7, 5, 6, 6. Letting up 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think Rockies first 5 team total. Maybe a Rockies full game team total. Let's take a look. The over 11.5 is too scary. But Rockies over 3.5 first 5 is at plus 100. How do I feel about that? Either lets up 2 or a million, so it's hard to say. Nah, not messing with that. What I will say is I think the Rockies minus half at minus 120 first 5 is pretty sweet there. I'm writing really neatly today. I don't know why. And it's neat relative to my normal writing. It's probably just looks like normal writing, but I feel like it's just a chill kind of day. Write professionally, will ya? I guess. Normally it's a complete mess and I don't know what I'm saying later on. Oh wow. I just noticed he has a little lime in his corona. That's pretty sweet. Get back up there, everything. Okay. Moving on to another baseball game. I had to check when WNBA came back. Comes back in 10 days. What a long ass break. Jeez. We're just wasting time while DraftKings refuses to load. I'm just looking for a list of games. Dang. Giants, D-backs in Arizona. Alex Wood coming in for the Giants. Merrill Kelly for the Diamondbacks. Over unders at 9. Giants favorited on the road here at minus 170. D-backs getting plus 150, but there's no reason that you should even be thinking about that. Let's take a look at these guys. Wood is a 3.83 ERA, 1.18 WHIP. Has been similar in his last 3 as well. Kelly is a 4.38 ERA, 1.23 WHIP. They're both pretty solid. Let's see if there's anything glaring for Alex Wood. He's going 5-7, mostly 5. 5, 1, 3, 1, 2 runs, 6, and then Merrill Kelly, on the other hand, 5-8. Dang, he's been pitching a lot and not letting up that many runs. They both been pretty solid, huh? Maybe Giants 1.5. Last one was pretty. They straight dogged him yesterday, did they not? Yes, they did. Yeah, I think we just ride the Giants 1.5. What was I even saying? Yeah, Giants minus. I have to keep looking at the chat and being like, what the fuck are people talking about now? I haven't looked for 10 minutes and now it's a whole nother thing. Yeah, shoot. Guess we do have content and videos coming for football. Merrill Kelly and the Diamondbacks will get shelled once again. Your Giants minus 1.5 and minus 110, like that. Phil's going to Washington to play the Nationals. Aaron Nola for the Phillies. Joe Ross for the Nationals. Phillies are the favorites at minus 150. Nationals plus 130. Phillies did win this game yesterday. 9-5. Pretty solid. Aaron Nola. What's he been up to? 4.3 ERA, 1.15 WHIP. Been even better in his last 3. Ross 4, 1.22. Been slightly better in his last 3 as well. They're both pitching pretty solidly. Potential spam call on the cellular. Let's leave that. Let's let that go. What's the over-under at? 8.5? I don't hate the under here. Nationals Park does love the under. Oh, but the last 5 national games have gone over. Interesting. But not... Nah, they've been scoring a lot on each other. I actually like the over here. You know what? In this matchup, 9 is hit every time. Like, every time. Like, dang. We'll go with that, then. -115 for over 8.5. I like that. What do we got here? Yeah, I like the over in that one. They've just been hitting the over pretty consistently. Both their bats have been going. So, an 8.5 isn't outrageous by any means to take an over at. Now we wait for DraftKings to load again. Alright. Mariners, Yankees. Yankees at home with Nestor Cortez Jr. Mariners on the road, bringing in Tyler Anderson. Yankees big favorites at -210. Mariners +175. Over unders at 9.5. Here it is. Cortez Jr. is a 1.93 ERA, 0.95 WHIP. Bang. That's easy. Ooh, fun breaking news. Robert Griffin III, who I love Robert Griffin III. RG3 is going to the broadcasting booth. He's heading to ESPN to serve as a broadcaster. He's going to call college football this season and may contribute to some NFL coverage. Griffin still wants to play football. And his contract with ESPN does have an out if he has the opportunity to play. He's 31 years old, been the backup for the Ravens. Oh, hey, good for him. I'd like to hear him speaking. That's cool. Oh yeah, so this guy Nestor Cortez is he's balling out right now. Let's take a look because I think his 532. Oh, he just doesn't pitch for very long. Is the thing. Yeah. Ooh, because I wanted to take that over strikeouts, but not like this. Oh. Kind of like the first 5 under. Because I think he's going to clean him up. Maybe only let him get 1, if that. And then I don't think they're going to score that many runs. They can score a lot, but they've been pretty cool. Let's see. Let's look at some more statistics there before I make that an actual call. But that's what I'm thinking right now. Let's see if that makes any sense. Yeah. Yankees. Mariners. First 5 under. What did that be? What did that? It was 5, yeah. 5, yeah, under 5. At -105. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Oh, we got a great little sticky going now. It's looking really cute. Oh boy. I'm gonna just stay out of all that and just keep breeding these bets off as a nice Indians / Guardians. going to Toronto to play the Blue Jays. Tristan McKenzie starting for Cleveland. Ross Stripling for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are favored at minus 195. Indians getting plus 165. Over under set at 9.5. Just to look at these pitchers briefly, as we do. Stripling is 4.75 ERA, 1.27 WHIP. McKenzie's a 6.11, 1.44. See a little more on these guys. So he can go for a variety of amount of innings and can line up quite a few different kinds of pitchers there. You know what? Blue Jays won by 2 yesterday. I think I'm gonna just put down Blue Jays minus 1.5 again. And minus 110 again. It's hit 2 in a row. It's been the consistent winner. Nice. I like that. Yeah, that's Cleveland, Toronto. Pirates, Reds at 7:10. Will Crow pitching for Pittsburgh. Sonny Gray pitching for Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a big time favorite for the reason I just mentioned at minus 235. Pirates getting plus 190. Over unders at 9.5. No, Crows actually hasn't been terrible. And Sonny Gray's actually been pretty bad lately. Not on the season. They're actually more similar than you'd think too. Hold on here. We are at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio, where the over is 31-22. So the problem here is the Pirates just can't bat at all. And the Reds can. Innings for Will Crow 6.54. 0-2, 4-2 runs. It's pretty solid. Sonny Gray, on the other hand, goes for all sorts of innings and lets up all sorts of runs. 1.8521. But not against a team like the Pirates, I don't think. Alright, you know what? I know everyone's. Something about taking the first 5 under makes me feel uncomfortable, but I don't care. I'm doing it right now. Pirates. Reds. First 5 under 5 at minus 105. Look at all those 5s. Now waiting for DraftKings to do its thing. There we go. Getting towards the end of the slate here. The Kansas City Royals going to Chicago to play the White Sox. Daniel Lynch and Dallas Keuchel going at it. Over-under's 9.5. White Sox are big favorites at -195. Royals are getting +165 on the road. Take a look here. Where are their pitching stats? Here we go. Lynch is a 6.95 ERA, 1.68 WHIP. Been playing pretty well in his last three, though. Keuchel, on the other hand, a 4.51 ERA, 1.35 WHIP. Let's see what. Hello.
Fuck you, Eric.
This has been a public service announcement. Alright, well, there you go. So, what are you talking about? What game is this? Oh, Royals White Sox. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna have to see how these guys are really pitching. See Mr. Keuchel. Wow, 4 runs against the Royals in 6 innings last time they played. Goes for 5 to 7 typically. Lets up 1 to 7 runs apparently. Royals seemed to have his number last time though. Now for Daniel Lynch. Take a look. It's been going 0.2 to 8 innings in his last 5, so that's very helpful. And let up 8 runs the last time he played the White Sox. So in 0.2 innings, jeez, bro, how are you gonna come? This show is off. This is off the wheels, man. We're goddamn one of those duck boats, and the wheels just went in so we could cruise on the water. Because we're in international waters, baby. There are no laws right now. I'm glad because people aren't paying as much of attention to the betting part, so like I kind of get a pass to just be terrible right now. Yeah, I think that Just kidding. I'm gonna still try my hardest. The White Sox though are gonna. Seems like Daniel Lynch got roasted last time. Could very well get roasted again. Classic. But yeah, White Sox probably gonna rip this guy up. Is it? It's dark in here. The sun just went down and I realized I never turned on the lights because that sun was so bright in here, and then as soon as it got cloudy, it went dark time mode. So let's see real quick. The overs are at 1.5 for the Royals, 2.5 for the White Sox, and they're both at -130s. Why? I don't want that. Um, and the first five totals 5.5. That's kind of ugly too. The All right, I'm gonna say White Sox first five -1 at +100. Let's keep going. Yeah, this is the Thursday. I don't know what's going on this Thursday, but it's got to be the Hall of Fame game. Everyone's got to be very pumped up. We can look at some betting for that after we get through the last couple games here. But for now, I think we have two more. Twins, Astros, Griffin Jacks for the Twins, and Framber Valdez for the Astros. Over unders 9.5. Astros big time favorites -240. Twins getting +195. Super juiced. On that money line. We'll see what Griffin Jacks has been up to. 6.4 ERA, 1.35 WHIP. Has been going 4 to 5 innings, letting out. It hasn't been bad last couple. Managed to hold it to 1 with the White Sox, won that game. Then let up 6 to the Royals in 5 innings. Yeah, I don't really know what this guy's up to. He's all over the place. And then Framber. Framber's a 3 ERA, 1.3 WHIP. This dude's a beast. Has struggled a little bit in the last few. We'll say maybe an Astros -1.5. I don't want to do another -1.5, and I wouldn't want to do it on the Astros, even though Framber is pretty good. Maybe an Astros team total over, or a Twins team total under, something like that. I don't know. 5.5, nah. Maybe the Twins under 3.5. I don't know. This one's just messy with that line. I don't think it's worth taking this. I like a lot of other picks more than anything in this game. And finally, Braves Cardinals. Wade LeBlanc for the Cardinals at home. Money lines at +100 for the boys, and then Touki Toussaint for the Braves -120 on the road. Slight favorites there, but should they be? I don't know. That's what we're gonna find out. Braves 4.76 with ERA for Toussaint, 1.06 WHIP. LeBlanc on the other hand has a better ERA but a worse WHIP. He's also been better as of late, but still interesting. I'm looking at the stats on these teams. So the Braves are they're a better scoring team for sure. 4th in home runs, 10th in the runs. They're very similar for their pitching. Let's see. In their recent head-to-heads, Atlanta won 4-6-1, 1-0, 9-1. St. Louis won 1-9-1. Interesting. Under is definitely favored at this stadium. Could be an under kind of day. Under 9? Yeah, I like that. So these pitchers are pretty solid. I like -110. Easy. Alright, so that's the picks. Let me just run through what I got on the note. Then we'll talk a little bit of NFL because we got some time left before. Braxton, my kink is socks. Get it right. If the feet are exposed, it's disgusting. But if I have little sockies on them, it's a whole different story. Anyway. Let's see. NFL. The Cowboys. Oh no, this is that's the real game. Wait, can you not bet on the fake games? Bro, alright, maybe not on DraftKings, but I guarantee you BetUS has this thing up. This. Dude, you come on. Guys, bad news. We got really, really bad news here. If I can figure out how this even works. Yeah, I can. It seems like Warren Sapp has deleted the internet. I don't really know where we go from here. He unplugged the betting, so we're kind of stuck now. Warren, can you please plug back in the BetUS now? Warren, he's not an IT professional. All right, whatever. See you, Warren. Steelers -2.5. Maybe. I don't know about that though. Let's take a look. I'm gonna try to find it here. The champ is here. Football. Here it is. Okay. On BetMGM, I'm seeing the Cowboys getting +1.5. Totals at 32.5. Money line for the Cowboys +120. What? No player props? Just kidding. Where did that actually had I want to see, because I had heard that Dak is supposed to play. I think if Dak plays, then you got to take that Cowboys money line type deal. I don't want to hear why the teams can cover. Just tell me what's going on here. Is Jameis, or not Jameis, is Dewey Haskins tossing the ball around? What's going on? Can you tell me who the quarterback's going to be? Let's see. Sorry, QB, Cowboys, Steelers. All of a sudden now we like Dewey Haskins. This dude. What about Mason Rudolph? He's starting. No, just kidding. He might not be. Wait. Yeah. Mason Rudolph is starting quarterback as of when was this? Maybe not anymore. Maybe that's an old article, but. Alright, this one's from a few hours ago. Dallas McCarthy, blah, 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 blah. Both will be without, so no Dak, no Ben. Oh, it's going to be another DiNucci game. It looks like hey, you know what? If the Steelers are starting Mason Rudolph, I'm taking Ben DiNucci, baby. Yeah, it's a DiNucci kind of game. He never got his real chance. That Italian dude who played for the Cowboys after Dak and Andy both got hurt, and nobody came to help up Andy. He had one of the worst football games I've ever seen, so he's gonna come back to it. He's in Canton. He's gonna feel the power coursing through his veins, hammering the boys of the Dallas, the Cowboys. That is not just any old boys.
Yeah, I'm on lunch. What's poppin'? What are you talking about?
I was just talking about the Hall of Fame game. It's basically, we got a few minutes left on here.
Who's playing?
Steelers, Cowboys.
Does that game even matter?
No, it's the first preseason game on a Thursday, so of course not. But we get to bet on football.
Were you just bet on first half or first quarter?
I don't know. Bro, I don't know. If anyone's coming in here pretending that they have some kind of angle on this game, they're full of absolute horse shit.
Is that guy who does the sidearm? The guy who went to Pitt. The Cowboys.
DiNucci?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's starting for the boys. That's what I'm saying. It's a DiNucci game, baby. It's a DiNucci game.
Get out of my chair. He's ruining it. You know what? I'm about to strip all over this chair, Eric. I'll make it nice and warm for you from back from Minnesota.
Bro, he's in Canada now. It's even colder up there.
Damn, Eric. I miss you.
Dude, my guy's found every single place in the world that still doesn't have cell service, so he doesn't have to do the show.
Mm-hmm.
Only 2 spots in the world.
Eric really needs a vacation out here. Can't get enough of it.
Let's see. I want to
Talking
take.
about Danny Green.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good moon. Good deal. I want to see. Bro, give me some player props on the Hall of Fame game. Like, let's go crazy with it. Which team will score the first touchdown? That's at a pick'em. Or plus 2,000 on no touchdown. Race to 10 points is a pick'em. And then neither's plus 1,750. Race to 20?
Cowboys take first touchdown.
100%.
Dak's back, right? Dak's back.
Yeah, he's not playing.
First game?
Bro, he's not. They're not putting Dak Prescott in the first game of a preseason. This is a Ben DiNucci game. It's Ben DiNucci versus Mason Rudolph, man. We're not talking high-profile football here.
What do you think he actually said to
Dude, that's a good. We'll never know.
Oh, he definitely dropped the N-bomb.
You think?
Yeah. What do you think? Why do you think Miles reacted like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Got his face, dropped it.
But I also think, like, all right, so nobody else heard it at all. Nobody can tell us what's going on. I don't know. It's one of the biggest NFL mysteries. Why did Mason Rudolph get bashed with a helmet? His own helmet. Let's keep in mind.
That's the hilarious part.
Will either team score 3 times in a row? Yes is at -200. I feel like that's a no.
Yeah.
2 times is a lot. 3 is a ton. Overtime, some Hall of Fame overtime plus save 50.
Is that a thing?
Dude, I honestly I think if someone was down a touchdown they scored, they would miss the extra point on purpose so they could go home.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then total points even or odd. Hammer the evens at plus 100 tonight.
So you talk about Watson to the Eagles.
Yeah. I talked about it a little bit. Dude, you're a sexy slice of salmon.
You know what's funny?
What?
We're cooking salmon downstairs.
Really?
Yeah, for tonight.
Dang. Dude, Deshaun isn't going anywhere. At the end of the day, there's been reports to talk about how those rumors aren't true. If there's actual reports coming out...
How many reports? No, I meant like how many accusations does he have?
Oh, like 24, I think now?
Yeah.
Something like that? How many is it up to? A lot. Nobody's given up.
We don't condone any
We
of
don't
that here.
condone that.
But like, after like what, 5, you're kind of guilty.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to think that they want. Yeah,
it's like you don't have an excuse after like what, 5.
The masseuse industry of Philly, bruh.
All right, so if you're looking for a great time, go to Chinatown. Any masseuse parlor there. You give them the wink, and
I'm giving you the Warren Sapp, bro, on that one. I'm giving you the Warren Sapp can't figure out how the internet connection works on BetUS.com. You're gonna have to pull the plug on that one. Everyone is wilding today.
It's a Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. It's
True.
gonna be a great weekend. Y'all support Carson, so understand. Facing now.
Well, at the same time, Carson also did probably screw us out of a first rounder, so that's sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, he might be back by like week 3.
You think so? No way.
It's possible.
The man's glass.
That's not it, bro. Quentin Nelson's made of pure stone, and he just got the same injury like a day later.
Poor Colts. They suck. Sean and I pulled up to Colt Stadium.
That was true, yeah, dude. We were chilling in the parking lot. That was pretty sweet. Yeah, Nelson went... Well, yeah, they actually have 3 offensive linemen who are currently out, and Carson.
Yeah, Carson's like, I'm not going to deal with the no line, so...
Carson is not glass, though. This is one of the most frustrating narratives about the guy. Like, yeah, I'd be glass, too, if I took an illegal hit to the head in the playoff game. It was illegal. Clowney never got anything for it. It was yeah, you get bashed in the head by a 400-pound man, you're going to get concussed. Time before that, his ACL gets torn, he throws a touchdown, and then has to leave. But he made sure to score the touchdown first. And before, man, and this is a weird one. This is the most glass-like. The back injury wasn't great.
Come on, man. How do you get a back injury? Like, I guess he was like putting the team on his back, but like.
The thing is, it's like every time he's been injured. I mean, I don't know, but for playing behind like.
What type of glass are you talking about? I think those.
That's fair.
Like the movie breakaway glass.
No, not the breakaway glass, bro. I'm talking like 4-inch thick ballistic glass, whatever that is, bulletproof, baby.
No, absolutely. Not. Absolutely not. Go back to college. He broke his wrist. He didn't even start 3 years. Right? Yeah, he didn't start for 3 years. Broke his wrist. Was out. Came back for the championship game. And then he gets scooped up.
Bro, alright. Nah, I will not. If we want... How does Carson Wentz get all this shade and all this hoopla for being on first of all, one of the worst offenses, period? Name a wide receiver on the Eagles. If anyone in this chat can name a wide receiver who's on the Eagles in the next, 1 minute, I'll be shocked.
What about the Super Bowl year?
They won the Super Bowl. And he was on an MVP thing until he got his ACL torn, and he threw a touchdown with a touchdown.
He had the same receivers the next year after the Super Bowl year.
No, he didn't.
Minus Torrey Smith.
No Torrey Smith. Unhealthy Alshon. He was barely there. And then Nelson died. Yeah. Nelson had his Super Bowl. Yeah, Jalen Reagor. There we go. I'm really glad we picked him over every other wide receiver. So we have no wide receivers. For the last 3 years, there are no one. No one is open. Greg Ward is our best receiver. He was a practice squad player who played quarterback in college.
Yeah, that's funny.
What?
Our best tight end. We're not even, we try to trade him.
Yeah. Carson Wentz last year and the year before saw 13 different combinations at offensive line.
My chicken strips are done.
He's gonna go eat his chicken strips. Fuck your chicken strips.
You know what? Fuck you, Eric.
No. Nelson went to the Raiders. No. Nelson Aguilar is not good. It's just not. Carson did not make balls fall out of his hand. That dude just could not catch a ball. I'm on a full Carson Wentz defense tour right now. He is not made of glass. He's tough. He's fantastic. He's been... AJ Green didn't show up again. He is done. That's crazy. I just think that the situation he's been on in the Eagles was underplayed on account of how good he was. There is not many quarterbacks. Last year was just bad. The 2 years before that, the Eagles had no business being in contention for any kind of playoffs. How many full seasons has he played without injury? Oh, he hasn't played any full seasons without injury. Okay, we get it. He's gotten hurt every year. That doesn't make him made of glass. That means he keeps getting injured. He made it through... No, he made it through his rookie year, I guess. But we get it. He gets injured. It's not your fault if you get bashed in the head illegally and no one does anything. You're concussed. It's not his fault. He doesn't have a weak cranium. He got hit in the head on a thing that's not supposed to happen. And AJ Green's getting old. He's getting up there. I was a little confused by all the hype around going to Arizona in the first place, but I digress. Carson Wentz getting that team 2 years ago to the playoffs where they played Seattle, where they would have won had he not been, again, smacked in the head by Jadeveon Clowney on a completely illegal hit that wasn't even called no flag thrown, nothing like that, but whatever. I'm still a little salty about that because he would have won a playoff game. And then this whole narrative is different. But for some reason, he played 16 games twice in his career, actually, but no one seems to care about that. He's never played less than 11 games in a season. We want to talk about durability. He's missed, 2, 3... So he's 4 that year, 5 that year, and 3. So 9, 12. He's missed 12 games over 5 NFL seasons. Not even a full season. So if you want to talk about that, if he tore his ACL in preseason or something and missed a whole season, that'd be more games than he's missed in his entire career. He's durable, man. Now I'm all heated up. I'm going to start throwing sticky notes or this small ball. Actually, everything in my vicinity is really light and wouldn't be bad to throw around. You'll see. We can all talk down on the guy because now he's down and out. Now he's down for a little bit. He'll be back. He just has a extra bone in his foot that got locked loose in training camp. The same injury that Quentin Nelson, who has never missed a career game in his entire life, who is a big boulder rock of a man. Oh, I still have Warren Sapp up. Excuse me, Warren. If Quentin Nelson can get the same injury, then it can't be that soft. Because Quentin Nelson is not soft, and he's getting the same surgery. He's not soft. He's Carson freaking Wentz. I'm about to... How much is a Carson Wentz Colts jersey right now? Not a real one, but that doesn't have to do with Carson. My Carson Wentz Eagles jersey is fake too. All right, I'm gonna have to really type in fake, huh? All right, well, I'm copping one. Dude, Warren will not tell me who the plug is. Warren keeps coming in here like a little rat and unplugging all the wires and going, oopsie. He's out here like, oops, we don't know what the problem is. Warren, you unplugged the wires, Warren. An unknown error. An unknown error, Warren. You unplugged it, Warren. All right. Now that I've done my weekly Carson Wentz rant, and now that Warren Sapp broke the internet, you think that's... I don't know if that's real. He's got the high and tight, but... Yeah, I don't know if that's his real hair. All right. Well, I think that's a great question to leave it on. Well, is Warren Sapp's hair real? Can I tweet out a... Oh, sweet. Oh, for the... All right. Oh, all right. No is leading in the polls right now. Oh, yes is up to 50 though. No with 70. This is crazy. We should use this poll feature. This is actually pretty sweet. This is the first thing we've ever used it for, and it's the most important. It might be. It might be. Hard to say. Alright. Results are in. I think that's a great way to end the show for the day. I think a little bit of democracy, bring everyone back together after there's some heated debate. We can just have a good talk about Warren and his hair. Again, we know what the error is. Warren's running around unplugging cables. So hopefully someone can ask him to stop doing that. And then you can all play some bets at betus.com. Remember to use our link in the description. Go to heyfellas.co. The new merch drops tomorrow for Fellas Friday. Wink, wink. Little preview for all the people who are still here right now. We got the Braxton shirt. We got the dirty socks. And maybe something else. Maybe. I got the Be Nice to You is officially dropping. Dang, he is plugging the youth. Alright. Have a great Thursday, fellas. Make sure to stop back in for Fellas Friday. You know it's gonna be wild. I was glad to see got some passion in the chat today. Definitely some stray bullets all over the place. Everyone's taking shots, but shoot, if everyone's taking shots, then then it's fair. As long as it's fair. There you go. So yeah, have a great Thursday. Enjoy Hall of Fame game. I'm leading the Ben DiNucci led Cowboys. That's what I'm feeling. Bit of an underdog on the night. No idea why. I could not tell you. But if they win, you're sure gonna hear about it. Other than that, VIP picks will be up, and that's all we got for you, fellas. Have a great Thursday.